In this video, we're doing some predator control. We're going to be doing thermal nighttime coyote hunting, as well as setting out some traps for some smaller predators. As you guys know, we like all kinds of hunting. Deer, squirrels, rabbits, turkeys, and taking out some of these smaller predators will really give us a big impact on keeping the small game alive, especially rabbits and turkeys. But it'll also help the deer. But before we do that, I'm going to be pulling out the chainsaw and cutting some trees to try to make some thicker cover for all wildlife. And when I pulled up to the first spot, I knew I was in the right place, and here's why. Look, we're in the perfect spot. I was literally just, I don't know if they know I'm here, which is weird because I drove here. That's crazy. There's deer right there, which means we're in a good spot. We know they're bedding here. We're just gonna make it even more better for them. And that's what we're gonna be doing with the chainsaw, and right here is the perfect spot. Since we know deer are already bedding here. Some of them's a little more freaked out than others, but they'll scurry along. Good thing about it, it's not deer season, so it's not really a big deal, I guess. They can run, not a problem. As long as I don't come in here and mess around like this in November, whenever it's actually deer season, we'll be okay. That's when we don't want to be in here cutting trees. But for now, I think it's fair game. Let's get the chainsaw and we'll cut a few pockets over here. And the plan is, since we got a lot of trees behind us, we don't need more trees. We're gonna cut some of them down and make brushy pockets. Kind of like we even have right over here. We just want more of it. It's a diversity, okay? Big word in the outdoor space, but if you can get some diversity in there, it helps all the critters. Gives them rabbits something to get under, gives the deer something to lay beside. They like thick stuff, especially here where there's a ton of woods already. We got enough woods. It's all about balance, bro. All right, here's the old chainsaw. We're gonna be doing some of that. And then we got our PPE, protective equipment. Gotta do this so we don't cut our legs off. Should be good though. I'm not trying to cut down the whole forest. I'm just trying to cut down some of the trees that are leaning sideways and crooked, and some of the ones that ain't gonna turn into anything in the first place. We're just gonna cut some of those down and make little pockets here and there toward rabbits and quail maybe. And remember the pheasants that we stocked in here? I don't know if they're even still alive, but if they're not, it's because we just don't have enough cover. And very soon, later in the spring, we're gonna be stocking quail in here, which I do think will have a better chance of surviving. But, yeah. Let's get this thing going, and we'll cut some of the smaller stuff over there. All right, we're down here. You can see where this tree right here fell, maybe from a flood. I don't know why it fell. But anyways, it fell, opened up some area for sunlight, and now we've got shrubs and bushes in here. And that's actually perfect. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and cut that tree right there down on top of it. That way we get some more sunlight to the ground, and it ain't taking up any extra space. And then I got this tree right here. It's really crooked. May end up dropping him right here too, and I might even go through there and cut a little path. What you don't want to do if you're cutting trees, and first of all, be careful if you're cutting trees, but you don't want to block it up to where animals can't walk through it, especially deer. All right, guys, so unfortunately that GoPro actually didn't get anything. So I'm out here now. It's a different time, different place, and we're gonna make another brush pile, so that's good. Basically what I'm saying about that is you can follow these trees. It basically makes a wall. You don't want to make a wall that they can't get around really easy. So we're gonna make sure all those tree falls together. That way they can still go around it if they need to. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna try my best. Probably gonna start with one of those two. That one right there is probably easiest, so let me start with it. And I'm not a professional chainsawer, but I just try to take your time and be careful, because you can die really easy with a chainsaw. That's not really good. Let's go ahead and get this thing started up. There we go. Put it to half. And then all right, this one's baby. But now cutting all these right here ain't a bad idea either, because they ain't gonna do nothing for us. That tree ain't gonna do nothing for us. These trees ain't gonna do nothing for us ever. These little things aren't gonna do anything. Now this is the one I was talking about. We're gonna let it go right there. That's where it wants to go. let's do that one. That one's a little bit bigger. That one I kind of hinged a little bit, which means I made that weird cut and it split the weird way because it's too big. I'm gonna do this in a normal cut and make it fall like you see in the movies or whatever. I don't know. And I was cutting these little ones just because, let's say for instance, this tree right here, I mean, they're not terrible, but they're not doing anything for a deer or a rabbit. Rabbit lives his whole life 1 foot and under, and a deer lives its whole life like this tall and under. And if this thing creates a bunch of food up there, it ain't really helping a rabbit none, so it ain't helping a deer none. So I just go ahead and cut them as easy as they are. So I'm gonna cut these, and then we're gonna cut that one, lay it right on top, make another little brush pile, and then we'll watch them and see if deer and rabbits like it. And I'm not a pro, I'm just trying my best. Now for the bigger one. Really close. Pretty good. I would say that went pretty well. Let's take a look at the cut. Good enough. Good for what we're doing. Left a little bit, but it pulled out, done its own thing, and there we go. Our objective's complete. We got some of this on the ground. Rabbits can run underneath that. Deer can walk around it. And then, like I was saying at the beginning, we opened up the sky so that sun can come down here and maybe briars can just weave all in and around that. And we'll just maybe put some trail cameras around it and we'll just see what happens here. And quit while you're ahead. I need to sharpen this blade. I can do that though. And now, there we go. Should be good. But now that we got this done, let's go set some traps because that's how we're going to catch these raccoons and possums. Now when it comes down to trapping coons and possums, there's pretty much two main traps people go with. First one is a dog-proof coon trap. We're going to be using that, but then we're also going to be using something like a cage trap. Now this is probably better if you plan on releasing the coon somewhere else. Once you catch the raccoon or the possum, it's already in like a transportation cage, which makes it really good. I'll show you how both of them works, then we'll get out there and I'll show you the bait we're using. So this one's pretty simple. Back here is the pan. That's what actually sets the trigger off, and this is the trigger up here. But then this is actually the door. It's basically a cage. They step in, they step back out, the door shuts, and then it just holds them in. So we come up here to the safety, pull the safety up, push that in, lift the door up, and then there's gonna be a little notch right here. I'm just lining up that notch with the trigger and then pushing the trigger to where it sits on the lip. Or it actually lifts up this back pan too, so that whenever you put bait back here in the back, animal walks in. Raccoons don't really care that much. They're not very smart. So they'll just walk into a cage, walk in, get to the food, step on that, the door shuts, and it'll lock too. That's really good. I think we're gonna be setting one of these. We'll set one of these, and we will set two of the dog-proof traps. But let me show you how that works. And we're gonna bait them up with the same thing, because it's really easy to catch a raccoon. Steve! Steve's going crazy about something. Steve! Steve! Chill! Whew. If I could only have one raccoon trap, I'd probably pick that one because you can do more with it. However, if I had to have like 20, I'd pick this because they're really small. So here it is. It's basically a metal tube with a trigger down in there. You pull this together. This is the spring thing. Then you can put that little thing back there, and then you set it on the little trigger thing right there. It's kind of hard to show, But what that does is that whenever you put food down in this tube, the raccoon, because it has hands like we do, reaches down to grab the dog food, or that's what we're gonna be using, grabs the little thing, pulls up on it, and whenever they pull up on it, their foot actually gets stuck right in here. And then it pretty much just holds them just like that. And it'll be around the wrist so they can't get out. Pretty solid. These things work really good. And so that's the traps we're using. Now let me show you my super secret bait. Before we do that, let's check in on the old new dog. I still don't know if we have a name for it. We've been training it up a little bit. I still don't really know if we have a confirmed name. It's been pretty shy, but like over time it's starting to get used to me now. So like, but it's really shy. I don't know what the deal is. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. Right now we got it chained to the army truck because it was having a really hard time figuring out what a leash was. And so I'm just going to put her on a full-time leash for a day or two to figure it out. That's what I'm thinking. Anyways, let me show you my secret bait. My super secret bait is a 2-part bait. And it goes in this jug right here. Dog food. Any kind of dog food too, does not matter at all. Sometimes, hey, even cat food works. Pretty much anything, you can stick a honey bun in a trap, you'll catch one. I like dog food because it's pretty clean, fits in this jug really good, and it doesn't go bad. And the raccoons like it. Like I don't know if raccoons really prefer one bait over the other. But what I like to do is sprinkle a little bit of dog food, and then depending on how I'm feeling, this is just fish oil. I'll sprinkle a dab of fish oil. Depends on how I'm feeling. I really don't even know if it helps. But I feel like it helps sometimes, so maybe that's enough to use it. But let's head on back here into the woods. We're going back to the high wall. That's where we're going to be setting these traps to start with. What you doing, doggies? May's happy. Soap made specials in there asleep. All right. Let's go. Watch out, new dog. Coming through. I think new dog's going to be a pretty good beagle, but we're really far from being there. This first trap we're gonna set is gonna be right down here, actually beside the old chicken lot. And I know there's a lot of possums in here too, and we're not mad if we take out a possum or two. I've actually already got a live trap sitting here, so that'll be good to use. I'm thinking, since we're here, let's go ahead and set one live trap and one dog proof. Boom. And we also put up a chicken here. You can see all the feathers. We put up a chicken with a trail camera on it in the middle of the woods just to see what would happen. It got eaten, which is another reason why we're kind of wanting to do it here. If you've seen that video, you know what it is. It was a YouTube short on the on my main channel, but I'm gonna set this trap right here and that dog proof on the tree. You'll see the way that I have that dog proof rigged up. I kind of need to have a tree close by. And with this time of the year, I wouldn't be too surprised if we end up catching a skunk because they're very active right now. But for this one's a little bit different, but overall the same. It's a door that raises up, and whenever they step on a pressure pad, the door drops. So there's that. Dog food. And then I'll put a little bit right at the front as a little teaser to make them go on in the back. And let me just twist y'all around and we'll get setting this dog proof. There's that. I'll set this thing just like I was showing you guys. Same way. And then it's got a spike. That way you can spike it down in the ground. You can make it to where you just stake them in the ground if you don't have a lot of trees. But I got this cable rigged up on mine. So, because, I don't know, I've got trees everywhere and it's a lot quicker than beating it with a hammer. But I'll just fill up that tube. Just enough to where it goes just a little bit over the trigger. I ain't too worried about it. A raccoon ain't either. They're just going to be happy to get something. And then I'll take my fish oil and I'll just give a little dab. That's it, not much. I just feel like sometimes whenever it's colder, maybe that scent carries a little bit more than the dog food. But I'm pretty sure if you get cat food, it's already got fish oil in it. Might be the move, I don't know. I don't have a cat though, so I don't buy cat food. But it's cheap, I think. I don't actually know, I'm gonna stop talking about it. Anyways, we got one set right there. We're gonna go to the other side of the high wall because it has two sides and we're gonna set another one. Every possum and raccoon that we catch now will be that much better for our turkeys. And maybe we'll get lucky tonight whenever we go coyote hunting. Maybe we'll kill a coyote or a bobcat or a fox. And that will be really good for our rabbits and turkeys. I don't really know if raccoons do too much to rabbits. I know they'll eat them if they can. But rabbits are pretty quick. Raccoons don't really get the chance. Unless it's like baby rabbits, I guess. Y'all are gonna fall down here in a minute, but I'm just gonna see how long you last. Okay, y'all kind of making it right there. All right, we're going over here anyways. All right, we have arrived, and we're at a very wooded location. So there's the update on that. Which the last place was wooded, because that's where raccoons live. Anyways, we've got a lot of raccoons right here. It's just starting to look a whole lot different now that we're clearing it out for a food plot. It's never looked like, well, not since I've been here. It's not looked like this. I'll tell you one thing, there's never gonna be as many deer as they about to be. They about to be deer all over this place once I give them something to eat. All right, I'm gonna put it on that tree. You may be saying why. Well, first of all, I don't know, it looks good to me. You got a problem with it? No, but there's a trail coming this way, trail going that way, and trail going this way. This is kind of like maybe a trail going that way. Kind of like a intersection. Why not? I mean, you're basically putting a trap on 3 different trails instead of just one. I think I've caught a coyote right here. Because this is my old dirt hole right there. I've definitely caught something right here. I didn't even realize I was that close, but I've caught a lot of animals right here. One thing, if you do wrap your thing up to a tree, make sure that the tree is big enough, preferably, to hold the raccoon, because them things are strong. This tree might even be a little bit too big, but I think we can make it work. Spill a little bit, it don't matter. See, this way, if a raccoon's kind of in a hurry, walking by like 5 feet away, that oil could be the difference that really catches his eye. I think we'll catch something soon. I think I may even run in and grab a trail camera and set up on these traps, because I'm pretty positive we're gonna have something. We're gonna have something caught. It seems really simple, but that's how you catch a raccoon. They're not very smart. But anyways, for tonight, we're gonna let these traps sit. We'll come back, check them in the morning. But tonight, right here, whenever it gets dark, Ethan's coming up, and I think we're gonna be doing a little bit of coyote hunting with the thermal. That should be pretty cool. Here we go. And tonight was a pretty interesting night. What are you looking at?
This is crazy that you can actually see on a camera out here at night. Oh, I had it pointed the wrong way. What's up?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Video me the best you can.
Sasquatch.
Hey, don't joke about that. Can you see me a little bit?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're out here. Me and Ethan's out here. We're here to end some lives. I've been having 2 up here howling at night. And so we're going down there, and we're going to try our best to just shoot them.
Ain't gonna howl for long.
No. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The rest of it, we're going coyote hunting. That's pretty much it.
That's right. Let's go kill them.
All right, let's go. I don't really know how full moons affect coyotes. I know that you can't see it the best on this phone, but we can see almost everything. As we were walking into the spot, Ethan was scanning, and he noticed a pretty big hot spot. Something that we needed to get a closer look at. Guys, we spotted something on the way in here. I can't tell what it is, but I see something hot right on the other side of the pond. I'm gonna turn on the night vision or the thermal and see what we can see.
We know it's not a deer.
Oh, I know it ain't a deer.
Yeah. It's right there.
Is it moving? Yeah, it's something right there. There it is. I can't tell exactly what that is. Honestly, I think that might be an owl. I can't tell though. But it looks like an owl, so we're gonna let it go. I think that might be an owl. Turn the camera off. No, I'm just kidding. After moving on from the owl, we went ahead to get set up in our coyote spot. But then Ethan turned around to check in on the owl, and now it had 4 legs. That thing's got 4 legs. I think it's a bobcat. I'm gonna go ahead and creep closer, and I might even take the shot. Let's get closer. Is he still there? That's definitely a bobcat. I know that our main objective here was coyotes, but if we get a shot at a bobcat, it's definitely something we're interested in. I'm gonna see if I can sneak and get a little bit closer while he's moving. distress. But Ethan just, what?
I Google searched it, ghost living fields. They're attached to land.
Ghost living fields.
Yeah.
Did you say they're attached to locations?
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Somebody died here? Or
Probably somebody got murked.
probably the ghost that Bobcat.
No, too big.
Too big?
Like Sam Squamp size ghost. I mean, I'm telling you. Like, I'm 6 foot tall, and that he is every bit look like Giannis running through here.
Well, this is a very interesting night.
I ain't picking either.
Well, should we leave, or you think he's okay?
My ghost from Mexican's about to go fight him, though.
Huh?
My ghost from Mexican earlier is about to go fight him.
He look like?
Yeah.
That's what he looked like.
Kind of.
That's him?
Almost.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go see what we got, I guess. Pretty positive it is a gray fox because I just got gray fox on camera about 10 minutes ago. So that would make sense. But just like the coyote, just like a bobcat, predators are predators, and we compete for the same food. So that's how we do this. If I had to choose, I would want a coyote, but bobcat and a gray fox, definitely take those two.
It's a good little score.
Yeah. One night, 2 predators? This is by far the best I've ever done.
If we speed hunting, this hunt for the last, what, 10 minutes?
Yeah, we killed this gray fox at the 2-minute, 30-second mark. I see him right there. Good old gray fox. Exactly what we thought it was. Yep. There we go.
Pretty little dude.
Yeah. And he has a mate out here too, because there's always been 2 of them, but I don't know. Maybe I'll get lucky and take it out here in a little bit. I don't know. Who knows? And if you don't know, we're actually at the high wall. So big thing that we're trying to do is help out the rabbits big time. And this dude would have benefited from that a lot. But I don't really want him to benefit from it because I want to benefit from it. All right, picking up what I'm putting down here. Yeah, good gray fox.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
That's real good.
All right, right here, probably going to end it. I don't think we're going to hunt anymore. Probably just 2 spots, 2 animals. We'll just keep it at that. Nice.
For luck high.
Yeah, we'll just stick with what we can get. There we go. That set's done. There's the trap. We'll see if it works. All right, guys, it is the next day. Let's roll around and check these raccoon traps. Maybe possum, maybe even a skunk if we're unlucky. But I will say, Last night, we had a stellar performance. We killed 2 animals. That's crazy. Now, I'm just telling you, whenever it comes to predator hunting, especially with like the calls and stuff, don't expect much, because I've went a lot of times and never seen a single animal. Just so happens last night we get super lucky and we killed 2. That's really good. And one of them was actually right here at the high wall, which is going to be really good because that gray fox, I know there's another gray fox back here because I've been seeing 2 at a time. But I know for a fact that that gray fox, that's a killer right there. It'll take out a bunch of rabbits, a bunch of squirrels, and definitely a lot of turkeys. But we're rolling, and the bobcat too. But the bobcat was over there at the other place, at the pond, Gary Pond. All right, rolling up on the first trap. It's a dog proof. Let's see how we did. I'm not gonna pull all the way in there if I don't have to, but I'm just gonna go as far until I can see it. Maybe that official brought them in, but I'm looking, and I don't think we got anything. Should be on that tree right there. Yeah, I see the dog proof. All right, nothing in it, not a problem. I'm just going back up, and then we'll go check that cage trap and the other one that I set. And that's the one where I actually put a camera on it, so we should have good hopes right there. I'm trying to back out, kind of muddy. I need to go right over there. And so the high wall location is really close to home. That's why whenever we're deer hunting the high wall location, good chance we see Steve, my big white guard dog, just walking through. And sometimes he really does hurt the deer hunting, because I've actually seen him scare deer away. But that's okay. That's one thing, it's not another. I don't know. Just part of it. It's part of it. And the deer will get used to Steve. Maybe. Or at least the does will. I think we got a raccoon, though. I'm over here too busy yapping. Meanwhile, we got a raccoon in the cage trap. And as for the dog proof's been touched. This is perfect, too. I'm going to be quiet. That raccoon's actually asleep. It's not dead. It's asleep. I don't know how it's sleeping with me over here yapping. But it's all on here. Anyways, right here's a trail camera, and it's actually right over there where I've been doing some cutting. Hey, yeah, it is right there where I was doing the cutting. Real close. Once we get this raccoon, we'll go ahead and take this trail camera back to the house, and then we'll check it to see what kind of footage we got. I'm gonna be real quiet. All right, now he's waking up. Raccoons are almost like the most docile animals there is. Until they're not. That's what I'm saying, dude. Looks like a cute teddy bear. Looks like something just trying to sleep. Next thing you know, boom, they're latched onto your ankle and you're going to the hospital. Boom. Crazy. 5 big booms. I'm just kidding. I ain't booming nothing. Maybe boom top of your head. I'm just kidding. I'm not. Anyways, remember this whenever I kind of mentioned it yesterday? We done a YouTube short where I put out a chicken in the middle of the woods. I'm pretty sure that's the same raccoon that was trying to climb this little stick to get to that. So that's cool. He's cool, he's fine and dandy. One thing I like about cage traps is that you don't have to do anything immediately. You have time to think. Since he's contained, he's safe from other people, we're good to go. We can wait, we can actually take a look at this right here. This is the dog proof. You can see it's knocked out of the ground and the bait is actually still there. So I'm just gonna very simply come back in, shove that down in the ground, just like that. Basically resetting the trap. I'm gonna grab the trail camera and I'll grab the raccoon. We'll take the raccoon. I'm not sure what we're gonna do with it yet. At this point, we could train a dog with it. We could give it to someone who's training a raccoon dog. We could eat it, we could let it go. We could let it go somewhere else, as long as they're fine with it. Most people would not be. Crazy. What are you doing? Crazy, man. Crazy. Alright, Barry, come with me. Luckily with these traps, thankfully, I have this little metal thing right here. This shields them from raccoons stealing your fingers. Because they will if given them the chance. So don't be messing around sticking your fingers in a trap with a raccoon. That is a bad idea. And I really hope that I'm not the one that has to tell you that. But yeah, we can actually take this guy around town and make decisions about him later. And that's probably what we're gonna do. I know for a fact he's not gonna be running loose out here. I just don't know when and where he's gonna be taken care of. So, but it gives you time and that's okay. Come on, Mr. Raccoon. You, sir, coming with me. Just don't mess anything up. Be careful with where you put them because they can stick their arms through the little holes and they'll use their hands and just pull on everything. So don't set it next to anything important because he will destroy it. Let's go inside. Let's plug up the camera to the computer and we'll get going just like that and see what the footage looks like. We may learn something about trapping. That's what I really like about it. First of all, we may figure out what actually messed with that other trap, the dog proof that was out of the ground. But also we can watch the videos of this guy getting caught and maybe learn about how raccoons go up to traps, what he thinks about it, if anything scared him, and we can work on it next time. Whew, I'm out of breath. Anyways, yep. So cool thing about the KG trail camera is this is the one we've been using. We do actually have the option of reviewing the footage in the field, but I do like bringing them home, especially for reviews like this so that we can see it on the bigger screen. So let's go ahead and we'll hook it up to the computer. And also if you want the KG trail camera or any other kind of merch, go to kendallgrayoutdoors.com, first link in description. Use promo code VLOG10, all caps, and that's going to get you 10% off whatever you want. We got really cool shirts like this one right here. We got pocket knives. We got fishing kits, trail cameras, backpacks. We got a lot of cool stuff. I don't know. You might like it. With the promo code, it really helps a lot. So just want to let you know. VLOG10, all caps. All right, and we are recording. You can see the trail camera dates are not correct. If you watch my videos a lot, you know that they're always incorrect because I don't set my dates. Probably a good idea, though. It's a really good idea. Anyways, first thing we're seeing Daryl. My chicken, I don't know what he's doing, but he's making sure he knows what's up. Then we're going to skip into the night. First video we got is the raccoon itself. And then the raccoon is moving in on the dog proof, which is right here. And I believe the cage trap is over here. So, looks like he actually passed up the dog proof, because it's in the same spot. Moves over to the cage trap. And some of these videos aren't going to be like complete perfect footage since it does kind of turn off after 15 seconds. I can go in the camera in the settings and make it film for like 5 minutes straight. Probably should have done that. Bro, ain't no way. That's the last picture we got. What? That's the last video we got. We don't even get to see him. Oh, that's not cool at all. We don't even get to see him go in the trap or get to see what messed with the dog proof. Now that is not cool at all. That is not cool. Well, I guess at this point it's just a mystery of what really happened, but I guess the next thing we gotta figure out is either wait till tomorrow, maybe set some more traps, or figure out what we're gonna do with that raccoon. So, here we go with that. Alright guys, I got bad news, then I got good news, then I got bad news, and then I have more good news. First, the bad news, I got the flu. Okay, not cool. There's the fountain. That's cool. Now on to some good news. We actually caught another raccoon yesterday. Now for the bad news. Because I have the flu, I forgot to film it. What is even that? But then other good news, we caught a coyote and he's actually right up there. So we'll go get him right here in a second. But right now he's just chilling. But yeah, I just want to give you all a little update. We are at Gary Pond. We caught a coyote. That's good. And he's right over there, he's really right in front of the building. So we'll leave him alone for a minute. And we'll just get a little update. There's a predator right there. Right there goes a predator that legally we can't do anything about. Birds of prey. Let's talk about that. Oh my gosh, he's huge. So yeah, raccoons, possums, skunks, bobcats, fox, coyotes. We can kill those. And those are predators we can actually control a little bit. However, those things, hawks, owls, eagles, falcons, we can't do anything about. So we legally have our hands tied there. I will say I think we've done a pretty good job. There's still a ton more predators to get. That's probably going to be like a series that keeps on going because there's always going to be predators. And as long as you have good habitat for normal things like rabbits, squirrels, even deer and turkeys and quail and all that stuff, as long as you have good habitat for that stuff, there should be small game. And wherever there is small game, you will have predators. So basically, if you got a good spot, you're going to have every animal, including the ones you don't necessarily want. And at that point, we'll just do our best to try to trap them, try to hunt them, and try to get rid of them the best we can. But yeah, Gary Pond, looking muddy. But I think it rained yesterday. So let's roll on up on this coyote. Let's go ahead and get him taken care of. Now, y'all know we didn't set this trap very long ago. So this spot's pretty efficient, and unfortunately, I think that also means there's a lot of coyotes here. Every coyote we can take out of here is better. Because a few videos ago, actually last video, I think, we came in here and we stalked those pheasants. Now, I brought the drone. We're going to take care of this coyote and we're going to fly the drone. Yep, here's the coyote. Oh my gosh, are we really going to need 4-wheel drive out here today? Is that really what it's coming down to? All right, go ahead and lock in, because apparently it's wet. Here's our coyote right there. Not too stressed out or anything. Oh, we get 2 arms? No, we just got 1. All right, that's good. That's good. It's just chilling there. We'll hop out right here in a second. But here's the thing, guys. When you've got that many animals, no. What was I saying? See, that's the thing. I got the flu. I don't hardly know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying my best, okay? As for the pheasants that we released with the drone, we're going to take a look at them along with any other prey species like rabbits that we're interested in. But also 3, I think the thing I was about to say. In order for the pheasants and the rabbits to survive, it's good for us to kill as many predators like that as we can. However, this place has a ton of hawks. A ton of hawks and a ton of owls. But we legally can't do anything about it. So even if we wiped out every coyote that ever walks through here, there's still like 10 hawks and owls that hunt this place every day. And at that point, that many hawks and that many owls, they can still do a ton of damage to any kind of prey. So, I mean, it's kind of an uphill battle a little bit. You just ain't allowed to do anything about it. But I guess we can do a little bit in taking out the land predators that we actually are allowed to do. Ooh, look at him looking at me. Bro just chilling, looking at me with his eyes. I guess that's the only way you can look at me, though. Anyways, I guess we'll hop out and we'll do something. All right, buddy. I ain't even gonna lie, his foot is not looking the best. But that's our coyote. That's who we're here for. And he seems to be pretty chill, but that's okay. He's just big chilling. So this dude's foot is a little bit bloody. Usually that doesn't happen, but he could have been chewing on his foot, because usually those traps are pretty perfect. Those traps really don't hardly mess up anything. This dude is a little bit messed up, but that's okay. Because whether his foot was fine or his foot was messed up, old coyote boy is 100% going to get the same fate. Yeah, let me go ahead and pull out the 22 and we'll take care of this guy. All right. The coyote is down. I got 2 hawks over there making noises up in the mountain. Still got that one over there, and there's another one hovering right there. That might be a vulture, but no, that's a hawk. Dang, we got 4 hawks right here that I can see and hear. Dang, dude. Dude, those hawks, I'm telling you, coyotes and fox and bobcats, they can wipe out a little small game. But I can also tell you this. I think a hawk can wipe out just as much. Especially when there's 10 of them at a time. Especially if we're gonna stock stuff in here. Bro, we gonna have to do something. We got 1 coyote down. I know there's a bunch more in here, but to get started, that's a 1 at a time. That's how you trap them, I guess. We're gonna take a moment of silence for this guy. All right, that's enough. We don't want to do too much. Don't want to give him too much respect. He probably killed something that I'd like to kill a couple times, so we ain't like that, you know what I mean? Don't really jive that well. We're not buddies. Anyways, what I do want to take a moment of silence of is to roll these clips, these trail cam footage that I've been getting recently, okay? I've still got a bobcat in an area, and he's been coming through pretty often, okay? You know the gray fox that we shot the other day? Well, we know for a fact that there was 2, okay? So we know that there is more. As for raccoons, we ended up trapping 2 in this video. Unfortunately, I forgot to film one, because that's insane, I guess. I don't know what happened there. But we do know that there is probably more raccoons out there. Here's some footage of some. I got these videos before I caught the 2 raccoons, but I'm sure there's probably more. Possums. I'm surprised we didn't catch possum in this video. Really surprised, honestly. What other predators have I been seeing? Besides stuff like the hawks, which I've even got a video of them, which is crazy. On trail camera. Yeah, the whole predator stuff. Predator trapping, predator hunting. This is probably going to be a series that we do a lot on the channel. So let me know what you think about that. We'll go ahead and dispose of this coyote. And we'll get to flying up that drone and we'll see if we can find the pheasants. We'll fly it up the mountains, see if we can find some more coyotes. We'll fly it around the edge of these fields, see if we can find some rabbits. I don't really know, but it's a cloudy day. It's pretty cold. It's actually a perfect time to fly stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk this guy over there, and then we'll get to flying. Here we go, check this out. I think that's turkey dookie. I might be wrong on that. I might be wrong, but there's a lot of turkeys around here, which is another big reason, one of the biggest prey that we're trying to protect right now. Because the coyotes will kill and eat everything, but the raccoons in particular, they're pretty good at going over nests. All right, here we go. We'll We'll go ahead and switch on over to the infrared.
Home point updated.
There is Gary Pond. Alright, can you stop talking for a minute? I'm trying to make a video. Jeez. That's better. Anyways, first hot thing I see, some reason, it's a picnic table. Very interesting. Okay. Anyways, we'll just go around the edges and look for hot stuff. Hot stuff should be things that live. Even, like the docks. The Greg and the docks are really hot, which doesn't make the most sense to me. The sun's not really out, so why is anything hot? I don't know. Let's just go ahead and start looking. Uh-oh, we got something down there. Something big. Are those deer? Oh, that's why they're so big. There's 4. Well, that's pretty cool. That's real cool. Because I've been up here shooting coyotes and stuff, and they don't even care. That's pretty good. And you know, I think this actually brings us to a really good moment. A really good moment to talk about something. In this video right here, it's one that I posted on the main channel not too long ago about me going on doe patrol. Well, if you watch the video, you'll know that Jackson actually made a not so great shot. It wasn't necessarily him, I think a lot of it was the gun. But he ended up hitting a mom doe with 3 fawns with it. Right in the leg. Okay, a leg shot. That's like a 0% lethality. And a lot of people in the comments were kind of mad that I didn't go and look for the deer. But I was like, why would I look for a deer if it's a 0% fatality? You don't look for something that you don't kill. And this is literally proof, because this is that deer he shot. I was like, I ain't looking for a deer that ain't dead. And I know it ain't dead. It barely even touched its arm. But yeah, I can actually guarantee that this is the exact deer that he shot. And it's actually been a while since that video was filmed, so yeah, this deer is fine and dandy. It's not even limping. But here at Gary Pond, we've had 1 doe that's had 3 fawns with it all year, and this is it. If we look closely, we might be able to see its arm, but really, it's really not a big deal at all. Like, she's totally fine. There she is looking at it. It's untelling how many times she's seen this drone. But another thing was people didn't really like the idea that we were shooting a mom that had 3 babies with it. Well, these really aren't babies. I mean, they're young, but they're not babies, and they do not need their mom to survive. So, it's kind of like they're just chilling. If we would have killed the mom, the baby's life would not change at all. So, yeah, just an update for y'all. That deer is fine, but it looks like right here we might have something else. Another deer, maybe? Yeah, it's another deer, and it is just chilling. So let's go ahead and let's keep looking. A little side note on those deer, but that's okay. Especially for some of y'all who may have been confused. But let's fly up into the mountains and we'll see. I'm not sure what we'll see in the mountains and stuff, but we're really looking for pheasants and small game, but there may not actually be that much. Oh, there's something. What is that? There's heat. Oh yeah. Wait, where's that? There it is. Yep, it's the coyote we just killed. Awesome. Anyways, let's keep on looking. Some of y'all may get mad at me for throwing a coyote in the ditch. And to you I say, dude, chill out. It's a coyote. Alright, that's exactly what I have to say. If you want to come and get it, come get it out of the ditch and skin it, I guess. Alright, we're looking. There's something hot on the pond bank, the other pond. It's just the pipe and some pallets. Also, you can actually see right there, this pond, the back pond, it is losing water bad. And that is on the to-do list. That is something that we've been working on. You can see right here, it's something we've been working on. We found a leak and we're just waiting to fix it. So stay tuned for a video on fixing that. I'm going to get a little bit lower down into thick grass right here. And I'm going to see if we can't drive by and find some pheasants or rabbits or something. But man, it's not looking the best, is it? I mean, one thing I will say is that during the daytime, for a pheasant or a rabbit to just be chilling, boom, right there, that's not a very good survival strategy. Maybe at nighttime whenever you're feeding, but if you're just chilling, resting, sleeping during the day, you gotta be somewhere hidden a little bit more. And if something like a drone can find you, that means something like a hawk or an owl can find you too. So I guess you really gotta think about that. We may not be seeing them on the drone, but that's because they're strategically in a location that aerial predators can't find them. Because if they were just easy to find, then they'd be easy for predators to find. And deer, it's not necessarily the same, because the deer don't have aerial predators anymore, and the deer really don't have land predators either. I mean, the biggest land predator here is either a coyote, which isn't big enough to kill a full-grown deer, or a black bear, who isn't extremely aggressive like that. But now once you go north and west, you have mountain lions, you have grizzly bears, and you even have wolves, which will kill deer. But here in Kentucky, we really don't have anything big enough to kill deer. Not unless it's a fawn or injured. So, yeah. Just basically saying we didn't find anything, so let's just go up in the mountains and see if we can find some deer or coyotes. I don't know. We didn't find any small game, though. I don't know if we're going to. Here we got something. Here we got some kind of animal. We can see it's glowing hot. Yep, and there's 2 more. It looks like there might be 4 right here. This could be deer. Probably deer. Yep, it's deer. Let's see if they're boys or girls. That one's a girl. That one's a girl. I'd like to find some bucks, but I don't know if bucks are going to be around right now. That one's a girl. And this one's definitely a lot bigger, but I think it could also still be a doe. I think it probably is a doe. Let's keep looking. Yeah, I'm not seeing much. I guess that's normal. But you can see the sun's starting to pop out, and you can see how hard it is to really look at this hillside. It's making it a lot harder. Whereas if you turn over to the cloudy side, I guess, you can see it's a lot easier. So now that the sun comes out, it's making it a lot harder. But yeah, just looking around, we've seen 0 pheasants, 0 squirrels, 0 rabbits. But that's because it's right in the middle of the day. If they're out in the open, they're probably just going to get snatched. So it's a lot smarter of them to not be out in the open. Oh, there we go, guys. We flew the drone. How many pheasants did we see? 0. But if the pheasants were out in the open where the drone could see them, well, I'd say that hawk would have already ate them. So, which could definitely be the case. But we'll put up the drone, and that is a wrap on this video. We are going to keep trying to hunt. We are going to keep trying to trap different predators. But as for this little trapping saga, this video is over. Let me know what you're thinking, I guess. Let me know what you're thinking about Gary Pond and what we can do to it, and also what we can do to the hunting land to make it better. It's still pretty cold, so it's a little cold to fish, but let me know what we can be doing to the hunting land to make it even better. Catch y'all later.